It was just announced that former NFL player O.J. Simpson has died after battling cancer. Now, the former running back spent 11 seasons in the NFL, playing for only the Buffalo Bills and the San Francisco 49ers. He was 76 years old at the time of his death, but there was more to this star than he let on. So let's look at some dark secrets that he took to his grave. Starting off, obviously, we have, did he do it? Now, of course, we have to talk about the crime he was put on trial for. In 1994, O.J. Simpson was tried for the deaths of his ex-wife Nicole Brown Simpson and her friend Ronald Goldman. As O.J. was a former NFL star and actor, the trial received intense media coverage. He was represented by Johnny Cochran, who made headlines with the argument about the fit of a glove in evidence during the trial. If it doesn't fit, you must acquit. O.J.'s lawyers argued that the police had mishandled evidence and that there was reasonable doubt as to O.J.'s guilt. The jury found him not guilty, but he was later found liable for the deaths in a civil suit. Now, O.J. even wrote a book on this crime. It's called If I Did It, Confessions of the Killer. So did he actually do it? It seems like we'll never really know the truth. Then there's why he didn't turn himself in. When O.J. failed to turn himself in, an all-points bulletin was issued for his arrest. By the morning of June 17, 1974, police arrived to arrest O.J. at the home of his friend and lawyer, Robert Kardashian, but they found that O.J. had slipped out the back door with his former college and Buffalo Bills teammate, Al Cowlings. Now, the two men had then driven off in Al's white Ford Bronco. After a news conference, the LAPD officially declared the former football star a fugitive, where his lawyer, Howard Shapiro, announced that O.J. was so distraught that he might take his own life. Then around 7 p.m., police located the white Bronco by tracing calls made from O.J.'s cell phone, where he was reported to be in the back seat of the vehicle. With the news helicopters following the slow chase from above and cameras broadcasting the dramatic events live to millions of astonished viewers, vehicles from the LAPD and California Highway Patrol pursued the Bronco for about an hour as it traveled some 35 miles per hour along the I-405. Finally, the Bronco pulled into the driveway of O.J.'s Brentwood home. He emerged from the car close to 9 p.m. and was immediately arrested and booked. Now, why he thought it was better to run, we'll never know. Now we have why he decided to commit a crime. If you didn't know, in 2007, he was arrested in Las Vegas, Nevada and charged with armed robbery and kidnapping, as he had a confrontation with two sports memorabilia collectors in a Las Vegas hotel room, but he claims that he was only trying to retrieve his own items. Now, in 2008, he was convicted and sentenced to 33 years imprisonment with a minimum of 9 years without parole. He served his sentence at the Lovelock Correctional Center near Lovelock, Nevada, and he was granted parole on July 20th, 2017, which was the minimum sentence. He was released on October 1st, 2017, and on December 14th, 2021, O.J. was granted early release from his parole by the Nevada Division of Parole and Probation. And finally, we have his idea of a prank. Now, after the trial of the century where he was found not guilty and the civil trial where he was found guilty, he did an interview in 1998 with Ruby Wax. Now, Ruby has interviewed countless celebrities over the years, but she said that Simpson put her through a psychological minefield during their hours-long interview. She asked him straight up if he did it, aka ended the lives of Nicole and Ronald. He then looked at the camera and said, "No, I didn't." Now, Ruby used humor as one of the ways to help disarm celebrities she was interviewing and make them feel more comfortable. As such, she was going to do a bit about being set up and not knowing who was coming through her door. And while she knew it would be O.J., it seemed like O.J. had a surprise for her. As she opened the door, O.J. had a banana in his hand and then pretended to stab Ruby with it, making horror movie stabbing sounds to go along with it. "I think it was his idea of a joke," Ruby explained. Now, producers were so disturbed by what they saw, they almost did not air the interview. And yeah, I wouldn't blame them, but because Simpson had not been found guilty, they allowed the interview to air in its entirety. Now, why he did this, we don't know, and we never will. So those were just some of the dark secrets O.J. Simpson took to his grave. Will we ever know the truth? It seems like only time will tell.